Here comes Petey Claus, here comes Petey Claus, here comes Petey Claus down the chimney. Bup, 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 bup. Well, you know something? I'm not going to do this the way I was going to do it. You know something? This will be my 71st Christmas. And Christmas has drastically changed since I was a kid. As a child of the 50s, you grew up believing in Santa Claus. I don't know whether Santa Claus is even believed in at this point. But up until the time I was about 10 years old, I seriously believed in Santa Claus. And at one point, through my child mind, sleeping, my sleep interrupted on Christmas Eve, I could have swore I saw Santa Claus peep into my room to see if I was sleeping to leave the presents. Might have been somebody peeping in my room, maybe my father, my mother, whatever, but in my mind's eye, it was Santa Claus. And, that was back, a long time ago. And at least kids were allowed to be kids then. Kids weren't like, we'd go out and, play and come back, scraped, bruised up, a black eye here, bloody nose there. We weren't whisked off to the emergency room screaming like fucking banshees that we were fucking dead. Mom would throw some iodine and mercurochrome on it and tape it up, and that would be it. And that's the way we were. Unfortunately, we ain't that way anymore. And what really sucks in my mind is that in the last year, a lot of years, we haven't allowed kids to be kids anymore. And that kind of sucks. As for me, I never told my little brother and sister about there wasn't a Santa Claus when I was told that. And I went on to not like Christmas anymore because, when I was growing up as a kid, we didn't have idiots that would camp out in front of a fucking appliance chain for a fucking week waiting to score that deal on something that may not be there. We didn't have fucking, stomping riots going shopping to push people out of the way to get in there first. And I guess the best thing about me being a kid was I never had to worry about, neither did my parents ever had to worry about me not coming home from school because of a fucking school shooting. And that's what makes me sad about the whole thing. I can reflect all I want. It was a better time, and December is not a good month for me for a lot of reasons. Two men I admired greatly passed away at an early age in December, Lee Van Cleef and Frank Zappa. Just things happen. And I got jaded because I honestly felt that, whatever you believe, the birth of our Savior, whatever, was just turned into a fucking cash grab by corporate America. And it ceased to be fun anymore. And even as myself being a business owner, I used to look at my fellow vendors, we're getting ready for Christmas, we're getting ready for Christmas. Well, to me, it's a piss poor businessman that bases his fucking business on 2 fucking months out of the year. I like to make money all year, not just 2 months a year to that, but that's, beside the point. As far as gifts, I got to the point where nobody could give me anything. At least I thought that way until this year when things happened. One gift I got was that my mother, who had been bedridden for 2 years, actually got to be put in a wheelchair and actually got to see her Christmas tree. And it may be the last time. I don't know. For her sake and the way she feels, I sort of understand what she's going through, and if it is, it is. I have to accept that. Last March, some person came into my life who became very special to me, Lorena, who actually came out last week and visited me for 2 days, because we never met each other on the flesh, but Lorena was responsible for resuscitating my publishing career and getting Two-Fisted Tales of Times Square and The Gunfighters of the Drunken Master out. And we have a great relationship. Other things that have happened, I've always been grateful to work with a really gifted bunch of writers that have stayed with me through thick and thin, even though with all the derogatory bullshit a certain ex-publisher wanted to put all over their website. We're still going to make things happen. We're in a transitional phase because of what's going on, but I'm going to come back with this. The other gifts are that, people watching this thing have accepted my insanity and my, arcane knowledge, for lack of better words, and seem to embrace it and encourage me to do this stuff. So that's a gift. As far as physical gifts or, material things, what the fuck do I need? I'm 71 years old. Somebody wants to send me a bag of weed, fine. You want to throw a couple bucks in the PayPal account so I can feed my dogs, fine. But you know something? Take this to heed. If you really want to do something, don't do it for me. Do it for the fucking animal shelters, which are full from capacity right now because people are fucking stupid, and the food pantries that are hurting for, inventory. You want to do something, don't give money, because when you give these charities money, they only have to give a certain percentage to the charity, and the rest goes administrative things, salaries, whatever. Buy a bunch of non-perishable groceries and drop them off at a food bank. Buy a couple bags of dog food or a couple cans of dog food and drop them off at a pet shelter. That's all you need to do for me. That's what I do. For whatever. Like I said, we're living in some treacherous times right now, and I'm not really happy about what's going on. But the thing is, but people got to realize this: it's us against them. We're all in this together. We are not the problem. The problem is that the fucking fires of hatred and dissent and disillusion are being stoked by the very people that we fucking elect to political office. And once we realize it's us against them, maybe something will happen. But a lot of things happen, for a lot of different reasons, and, I guess I've, been blessed, for lack of better words, that I'm still here. I got a roof over my head, I got food in my refrigerator, I got a couple bucks in my wallet, and that's all I need. After a while, you start to look at life, unless you're a complete, me first motherfucker, for lack of better words, you don't need a lot of shit. You don't need a lot of shit to get by. Your friends get you by. Your family gets you by. So, I'm doing this on a Friday, and the reason I'm keeping a little somber tone is because a lot of you guys are going to have a 4-day weekend with friends and family, and that's great. It's nice that the holiday did fall on a Monday this time. But just remember, when you're celebrating with friends and family, there's a lot of people that don't have that luxury, and that will be, sitting somewhere alone for Christmas, forgotten and stuff like that. And that's why I make a lot of phone calls on Christmas Day, because there's a lot of people I know that are by themselves, and they're spread out all over the country, and I talk to them, and that's the way it is. But something, I'm going to end this now, because I'm going to come back next week, take the weekend off, relax, whatever. I got to put some stuff together anyway. But I'm just going to say Merry Christmas. Fuck the happy holiday shit, because back when I was growing up, it was Merry Christmas, and Merry Christmas covered everything. We didn't have to know political correctness back then. It was all friends and family and all good times and Christmas trees and shit like that, and we were all together, and that's the way it should be. You should be with your friends and family. So again, Merry Christmas, stay safe, thanks for subscribing. Thanks for making 42nd Street Pete relevant, and we will definitely catch you on the flip side. And another gift that I was given, Fusebox.com, Mark, Milt, and Jamie put together a website for me, so when all else fails, you can find my stuff there. So that was a great gift, and I thank them from the bottom of my heart. So again, stay safe, and we'll catch you on the flip side.